Welcome to the first video of my new series where I'm going to take you step by step through the designing and patterning process of a dress. If you've ever wondered how to bring a design idea to life, from concept to fully realized pattern, this is the series for you. Hi, I'm Christina and I love to digitally pattern draft, creating unique pieces of wearable art. And in this video, we're going to kick things off with a design analysis, where I'll break down the inspiration behind the dress, examine key features, and talk about some of the construction details that will make this pattern special. But before we dive in, let me quickly walk you through what you can expect from this series. Over the next few videos, we will create the flat pattern for the dress, showing off how to draft it digitally in Clo 3D. Then we're going to true and fit the pattern, making some final tweaks for accuracy and wearability and the actual design of the dress. Then we're going to render the design on a 3D avatar and even animate it, seeing how it can walk and move and seeing how the dress will react when it is walking. And finally, we're going to finish off with a picture rendering, adding a creative background to bring this design to life. So this is the lucky dress we will be working with this time. I am super excited to bring this dress to life. It is very colored blocked, but with some fun flares. My goal with this series is to demystify the patterning process and show you that with the right tools and techniques, you can turn your ideas into wearable art. So whether you're new to digital pattern drafting or looking to sharpen your skills, you'll find something valuable here. So let's get started. Grab your notebook and follow along, and let's start to analyze this design to see how we will bring it to life. I'm gonna pull it up and let's talk. So here we have the dress again. Let's take a little bit closer of a look. So I first like to kind of see what the overall shape of the dress is. It looks like we have a nice flared hem that we're going to be pulling out. It's definitely more than an A-line, but I definitely don't think it is as full as a circle. Now, when it comes to the lines, I also love to, when I'm looking at this, love to look and see, is there more than just a side seam line? Is there even a side seam stitch line, I guess, or a seam line that I'm looking at? I would definitely put that there's a side seam on that skirt, and then we're seaming in a whole bunch of these fun colored block patterns. Now, because I do only have this dress from this one angle, I did find it on Pinterest, and it just kind of attracted me to it, so I'm super excited to work with it. But that means I'm going to have to be making some design decisions on what I want the back to look like. Am I going to want it to kind of copy the front, or am I going to think that it's a little bit more plain on the back? So those are some of those design analysis decisions that I'm going to have to make before I really start patterning. I always find it is super, super important to kind of dig in and figure out what aspects of your design that you might want to be playing around with, that you might want to test out in a few different ways before you even start. And one of the things that I'm definitely going to want to test out and play with is how full this skirt is. To me, it's definitely bigger than an A-line, but it is much smaller than even a half circle skirt. But that's also something that I could change my mind once I get it drafted and start working with it. Then, as I work up, so I kind of have a grasp of what I'm looking for that skirt, I then want to kind of move up to the top. So there's definitely going to be a waistline, and I would actually even put this as more of like a waistband. So if I was to create this pattern, I definitely am putting a seam on top of that black and on bottom. The color blocking in this makes it a little bit more easy to kind of go through some of these different aspects. So I'm definitely going to have that waist seam, side seams, and the top is just a basic knit sloper with a whole bunch of color blocking in it, which makes it a very unique design, but a very easy design to start with. So I actually love what color blocking can do, because you can take very simple designs, kind of cut your patterns apart a little bit, and create amazing new garments. So one of those things I always love, and I always encourage people to play around with color blocking at the very beginning, because you can take the exact same pattern that you've already created, cut it up a little bit, and have a completely different looking pattern. So that's basically what I see the top is. Now, to kind of go into the back of it, I would probably think that I'm probably going to say that the back is very similar to the front. I'll probably try to create some of these same similar lines. Like these guys kind of look like they could be mimicking pockets, but again, on the back of the actual garment, I'm not sure that would hit as nicely. So that's something I may or may not play around with. I might just kind of pattern on top, place it there, and see how it lands. But I think I'm definitely going to keep like this large red color blocking. And I think I'm going to mirror, or not mirror, I'm going to keep this the same. So this red is going to kind of go over the shoulder here. And there's just a little bit of red peeking out on the other side of her bust line that I think I might have wrap around to the back. And I'll definitely keep this square of black right there and as part of it. And now that we have kind of that clear designation and idea of what we're going to break down, what we want to focus on, we can now start moving on to the actual patterning, which will be in the next video. If you enjoy videos like this, please make sure to like and subscribe so you can see other design analysis, other digital pattern drafting, sewing tools, and all that fun. I look forward to seeing you in my next video where we're going to have some patterning fun. In the meantime, happy patterning!